All right, gotta love NFL trade deadline day, right?
Yeah.
I mean, teams scrambling, making these big moves. And you guys wanted us to really dig into one in particular. Amari Cooper, now a Buffalo Bill. Big shoes to fill there. So is he the missing piece for a Super Bowl run? Let's find out.
Yeah, it's a move that's got everyone in the league talking, that's for sure, especially in the AFC East.
No kidding. It's wild, right? Start of the season, Bills trade away Stefan Diggs. Huge question mark at wide receiver. Now they bring in Cooper, five-time Pro Bowler. The guy's a walking highlight reel.
Yeah, and the Bills clearly felt like they had to make a splash. They sent a third-rounder in 2025, a seventh in 26, plus some later picks to the Browns to get him. It's a classic win-now move.
Yeah.
They're all in on this season.
Future be damned, huh? So what are the Browns doing then if the Bills are going all in?
Seems like they're hitting the reset button, right? They're in a different phase, stockpiling those draft picks to rebuild. Maybe they use that ammo to draft a wide receiver, develop him over time.
Makes sense. But back to the Bills. Everyone remembers, right, how their offense just seemed off without that true number one target.
Oh, yeah, it was definitely noticeable. They were trying to spread the ball around, the whole everybody eats philosophy.
Yeah, but felt more like snacking than a real meal. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And the stats show it. Their wide receiver production was like bottom third of the league. Targets, receptions, yards, everything. Just couldn't move the ball consistently through the air.
And that's what they're hoping Cooper changes, right? But was he even that good in Cleveland? His numbers weren't exactly setting the world on fire.
That's the big question, isn't it? Was it Cooper, or was it just the Browns' offense holding him back? He averaged under 5 yards per target last season, which that's not the Cooper we're used to.
Yeah, those numbers, they don't scream superstar, do they?
Not exactly. But again, the Browns' offense wasn't exactly lighting it up as a whole.
So true.
So the question becomes, can a change of scenery, a fresh start in Buffalo, can that unlock the Cooper we saw back in Dallas, back in Oakland? The guy putting up 1,000 yards like it was nothing, making the Pro Bowl year after year.
That's the hope, right? Because the Bills need a guy, a playmaker, someone who can stretch the field, create opportunities, not just for himself, but for everyone else on that offense.
And this is where it gets really interesting. Because remember, this all went down, this trade, the same day the Jets traded for Davante Adams.
Oh, man, what a day in the AFC East, right? Two huge GE trades, two elite receivers, both switching teams within the division. Like, they looked at each other and said, let's go.
No doubt. It just adds a whole other layer to that Bills-Jets rivalry. Both teams were already contenders, but now it's like the stakes just got raised even higher. Every game's a must-watch.
Absolutely. And speaking of pressure, there's a lot riding on Amari Cooper to deliver. I mean, big expectations. Everyone's watching to see if he can live up to the hype.
For sure. The Bills didn't give up all that draft capital for nothing. They need him to be a game changer, especially when it matters most. Late season playoffs. But it's not just about talent, right? It's about how quickly he can gel with Josh Allen, how the rest of the offense adapts to having that true number one target again.
So it's not as simple as just plug him in and watch the fireworks.
Not even close.
Yeah.
There are a lot of moving parts here. Remember, the Bills, they were trying to spread the ball around before. Now they've got a guy like Cooper who can command double teams, open things up for others. It'll be interesting to see, do they air it out more? Or do they stick with that balanced approach?
Interesting. So looking back at Cooper's career, are there any clues, anything that suggests how he might fit in with this Bills offense?
Well, if you look at his best seasons, there's a pattern, right? He thrived in systems where he had a quarterback who trusted him to make those contested catches. Quarterbacks who weren't afraid to, give him a chance even when he was covered.
Yeah, that sounds a lot like a certain Josh Allen, right?
Right. The guy's not afraid to let it fly.
Not at all.
So you look at it on paper, Allen to Cooper, that could be scary good.
Oh, yeah.
But it all comes down to, can they make it work? Can they get on the same page like fast? Because that's what it'll take to make a difference this season.
Timing is everything, right? Because if Cooper finds that old Pro Bowl form again, look out. This Bills offense could be really something special.
Oh, absolutely. And don't forget, they're in a tough division, right? The Jets, they made that big move for Davante Adams.
Yeah, feels like we can't talk about one without the other, huh? Almost makes you wonder, did the Bills see that and think, all right, we need to answer back. Got to get our own guy?
It's possible, right? The AFC East, that just became must-watch football. And these two receivers, they're right at the center of it.
No doubt. So for our listeners out there, all eyes on Amari Cooper. What should they be watching for these next few weeks to see if this trade really pans out?
I'd say don't just look at Cooper's stats, by themselves. Look at how he changes the entire Bills offense. Does Allen take more shots downfield? Do other receivers have more room to work?
The whole picture, not just one piece.
Exactly. Look for those little changes, how the Bills offense looks, overall.
Yeah.
That'll tell you if Cooper's really the missing piece they've been searching for.
Awesome stuff. Well, the AFC East just got a whole lot more interesting. Can't wait to see how it all unfolds.